Hi everybody, I'm Nicole Robinson. I'm a pharmacist and a certified functional medicine practitioner with Synergy Chiropractic Center. This video is the second in a series of 4 focused on natural ways to support your body when you're preparing to have a baby. So if you haven't watched my other videos yet, there's an introduction to this series called The Functional Medicine Approach to Fertility. And then part 1 of supportive therapies for conception is all about nutrition. The next part that I'm going to talk about in this video is lowering your toxic burden. So let's just start off and talk about where are we getting exposed to these toxins. Now, toxin exposure was a topic that I did not consider to be an issue for myself. I always thought that this didn't apply to me because I didn't work with harsh chemicals in my job. And the more I learned about chemicals and how literally everything is just littered with them, I am much more aware of my current and past exposures. Now, in the last video, we talked a little bit about what's in our food and how meat and dairy products can have antibiotics and hormones, and how our fruits and vegetables are sprayed with pesticides, and how processed food can have added sweeteners and thickeners and chemicals that preserve the freshness, and how everything that we buy is just covered in plastic, which can have BPA and other chemicals that affect the endocrine system and behavior and development of children and adults. So that's what we're putting in our food when we eat processed food. Now, the Environmental Working Group estimates that the average woman uses about 12 personal care products a day, exposing themselves to 168 chemical ingredients. Now, the average man only uses 6, being exposed to about 85 chemicals. So when we're talking about personal care products, this includes lotion, toothpaste, body wash, shampoo, deodorant, and of course makeup. Now think about soaps, detergents, aerosols, and other cleaners that we use every day in our house. We're literally saturating our surfaces, our floors, our windows with harsh chemicals that can cause skin reactions. They affect hormone health, and they can even contribute to weight gain and negatively affect brain development. Medications, these can be another type of exposure. And being a pharmacist, I understand that this is probably a controversial statement, but it's true. Working in the pharmacy, I never saw anyone get better from chronic disease. Medications really only treated the symptoms, and a lot of people had side effects. So I really do think medication has its place, but there are other natural ways to treat common ailments and chronic conditions that don't involve taking pills for the rest of your life. So that's what we're after here. So these are all exposures that for most people, no matter what their occupation is, they're coming in contact with every day. Now, people in the farming industry, construction, warehouse, oil and gas, transportation, and healthcare, the exposures on the job are much higher. Now, I will say that this whole concept of toxin exposure just sounded crazy to me a few years ago. How could our government allow substances in anything that we buy to be harmful? Don't they test everything before it goes on the market? Well, it turns out as long as these chemicals don't exceed certain amounts, they'll still pass the standard. What is not being taken into account here is that we are exposed to not just one of these chemicals, but hundreds of thousands of them, day in and day out. That is where the real danger is. This constant low-level exposure can be dangerous, especially when we don't recognize it. So what can we do? Well, there's no way to eliminate all toxic chemicals, but don't be discouraged because there's a lot that we can do to reduce exposure. So it's a big undertaking, but start with what goes in your body and on your body. So food, we already talked about this a little bit. Minimize processed food, buy food that's in glass rather than plastic, always go organic, non-GMO, grass-fed meat, and wild-caught fish. When it comes to cosmetics, buy from a clean company. So some of the companies that I use and recommend are Beauty Counter, Juice Beauty, and Mineral Fusion. And then for your house, Some recommended brands of clean products are Aspen Clean, Blue Land, Healthy Nest. You can actually make your own cleaners too with vinegar, Castile soap, and essential oils. I always use essential oils to do hand soap and perfume and air fresheners around the house to eliminate those chemicals. And if there is no clean substitute, wear gloves, wear a mask, wear safety glasses. You can minimize that exposure for yourself. And if you can do your project outside, do that. Otherwise, open the windows. When it comes to medicines, there are a lot of great herbal and naturopathic remedies that can be used. And you can always go see a functional medicine doctor or a naturopath to get to the root cause of your issue. Now, it is going to cost money to switch out these cleaning products. You know, a lot of these things are made with a lot higher quality ingredients. They generally do cost more. But I like to look at it as an investment in my family's health. And in the long run, we should save money on medical bills, and it will allow us to live happier and healthier. And if you're trying to get pregnant, don't you want your body to be the very best environment that it could be for a baby? I know I don't want to be exposed to all of these chemicals, so why would I expose my unborn child to harsh chemicals if there's anything I can do about it? Along with eliminating opportunities for chemical exposure, we can support the body's detoxification pathways, and we can do this through food, especially organic fruits and vegetables that support the gut, the liver, and the kidneys. But there are also some natural herbs to support these processes, like turmeric, schisandra, milk thistle, glutathione, vitamin C and B, rosemary, garlic. These all play different roles in detoxification. So here at Synergy, we usually put people on a combination of several of these to have complete liver support. This should have given you a good idea of where to start with toxins. It is a big topic, but just do one thing at a time. This is very important to do to improve your health in general, but if you're trying to get pregnant, you should do this right away so that your child will have the most nourishing environment to develop in. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic day.